All right, it's countdown to Vegas. It's week 5. We're visiting with freshman forward from Arizona State University, Johnny Walker. Johnny, welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Johnny, the season now getting towards the halfway point. So tell me a little bit about how it's gone for you.
It's been up and down a little bit here, personally, and as a team. I think we're starting to get in the rhythm a little bit more and finding our identity as a team and really starting to execute a lot better. So I think as the season gets going in the second half, we're gonna build off the good things we've done and keep moving forward.
Well, as a freshman, is it everything that you expected to this point, or are there some things that have surprised you out there?
It's about what I expected. I knew that there's going to be some struggles with my game, just going to that next level. So just trying to find out still what works and what doesn't at this level. Trying to learn from the older guys of how they're playing, and definitely having to simplify some things. So it's been a good learning experience so far, and trying to make that learning curve as quick as possible.
So I'm guessing you're learning your way around the East Coast. You've been back and forth a few times already. So tell me what those trips have been like, and in particular this last trip out there.
Yeah, it was nice. We got out there on Wednesday this week. Long flight. Lucked out. Me and veteran David Norris got the back row of the plane. So it's been nice. Obviously not as nice here as Tempe. We were looking at the weather, and it's 85 when we're gone. So. I'm not a big fan of the cold, so I'd rather stay here. But once we're picking up wins, you can never complain where you're at.
So talk about the weekend on the ice. You came into Holy Cross, which hadn't lost at home at that point. You guys come in, get one, and really had a chance to get a second, didn't you?
Yeah, we were close on Saturday. I think if there's 30 more seconds up on the clock, we would have gotten the win. But I think we made a big stride this weekend. Started with Penn State. I thought we got back to what our identity is: skating, moving, hitting. We look at. I was looking at the college hockey roster. I think we're the heaviest and the tallest average hockey team. So when we play like that, good things happen. And I think that's what happened this weekend. We were playing our identity a lot better and working towards our game. So as long as we're playing like that, I think good things are going to happen.
You know, when I looked at your schedule at the end of the year, I said if you guys could be 500 at the semester break, I thought you'd make a big run in the second half. Despite the teams that you're going to face most of them at home, at least for the month of January. So is that kind of what you guys are looking at too? Is that you're going to build towards the second half?
I don't think we think about that as much. We do have a tough schedule coming up the second half, but right now I think we're just worried about playing Princeton next weekend. Dialing it in this weekend and getting ready to take on Princeton and do play our game against that next opponent, and then after Princeton, then it's the next weekend, then the next weekend, and so forth. So I think right now it's just one game, one weekend at a time, and worry about January when we get there.
Talk about your comfort level with your new line mates. You and Dom are obviously good friends and roommates, so you guys have a chance to play together now, and you got Gruber in the middle, which seems to be like a pretty good fit.
Yeah. I think there's a good mix of everything there. Dom definitely creates a lot of space for me and Brett, and I think me and Brett have good chem too, where we can make a play or make something happen. So I think it's good.
Tell me a little bit about those line mates again, if you would.
Yep. I think that it's got a little bit of everything. Dom brings a big body, works hard down low, and Grooves kind of creates room for me in Grooves. So I think if we're all three playing our game, good things are going to happen, and just trying to find each other, make plays, and play hard. So I think as long as we're each doing our job individually, it'll come together as a line.
So did things really kick off for you guys in the second Penn State game when basically you guys scored that opener just less than 2 minutes in? Is that when it kicked off, or was this something that was building earlier?
That was the first time I played with both of them, and obviously that's a pretty good way to start as your first shift. So I think it's something where you're not really worried about who you're playing with. Just as you go out there, no matter who you're with, and play your game. Sometimes when you're out there, you can see it watching film or anything else that there's some good chemistry. So we like playing with each other, and we think we have a good thing going right now. So we just got to keep moving in the right direction.
So as we talk now, we're talking about the 5 weeks, actually 4 weeks or so until the countdown to Ice Vegas Invitational. I know you guys have a big tournament up in Pittsburgh before that, but tell me a little bit about the trip to Vegas and what it's going to be like to play at T-Mobile with that competition.
Yeah, I think it'll be good, tournament like atmosphere. So you're definitely playing for some hardware, bragging rights at least. So I think we're excited about that one, and excited about Pittsburgh too, to showcase to teams that may write us off that we're a team that can compete with anyone any night when we're playing our game. So I think if we go there and we play our game and stick to what works for us, I think we'll have good results again.
So you talk about that tournament and playing for hardware. Since you guys aren't in a conference, this is kind of nice to get a couple of shots at hardware, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's nice being independent, though. You can kind of pick and choose your schedule, and I think our schedule is phenomenal. We play some really top end teams, some top 20 teams. So, but at the same time, you're always looking to play for something, playing for a trophy or whatever else it may be. So I think it'll be a good experience for the boys going out there and competing for something more than just 2 wins on the weekend. So
a trip back to Vegas means a couple of things. One, I know your dad's got a mixed wardrobe, being a BC alum, and the maroon. He said maroon and gold, or maroon and gold is going to win either way, right?
Yeah, I hope so.
Tell me a little bit also about your roommate Dom being from Vegas. Has he told you what to expect in Vegas while you're there?
I think he's got a couple people going. Obviously, he's from there, so I think a bunch of his buddies will be home for Christmas break. I told Dax last week, and we were talking about playing in front of family. It's a lot different, and I get to play in front of them every weekend here, and it's really a privilege for them to get to watch you, because we moved away when we were 14, 15, 16 years old. So to come back and play in front of your family at such a high level is really, really something special.
A couple more questions for you. One is, what's it been like to temper your energy level? I know you're a big energy guy, and I know Coach wants you to play with a certain kind of intensity, but not over that line. Is that something you've had to work on, or is it just something that's coming in with the natural college game?
Yeah, I think college kind of tones that down automatically. I think when you're wearing a cage, you realize you can't really do much anyway. So you just kind of focus more on putting the puck in the net to hurt the other team more than anything else. So college kind of cancels out that extracurricular, and I think that's where the tone downs come from.
I got to ask you about your interview skills. I know you had the GoPro going a little bit this weekend, asking everybody what they were thankful for. And clearly, most of them were thankful for you being on their team, right?
Yeah, I mean, that was a pretty simple answer. So, no, it's cool to get to do stuff like that, and the boys really like it too. Just you kind of get like a little sneak peek at how we are away from the rink, off the ice, because a lot of people just see us in our gear, and bunch of great guys. We get to spend a lot more time together than you ever did in juniors or high school or anything else. You're living with each other, you're rooming together on the road, so you're constantly with these guys. You see them every day, and even on off days, those are the only guys you're hanging out with. So it's definitely something special, that bond you get playing college hockey. So really thankful and blessed to be on such a tight-knit group.
With my perch up on the, we'll call it the press box here at Oceanside, but where I sit under the rafter, one thing I've noticed from you is you've got a little, I don't know what we want to call it, before you leave the ice after warm-ups. What do you do with the hand motions and the
just
tell me a little bit what that is. No, it's more than that, because I know you got Strides over there, and he plays a part of it, so it's a little superstitious thing, or what is it?
I don't know. We just started doing it one of the weekends. I think it's a little. It starts with warming up my wrist, and then it turns.
Give me one of those.
It's something like this, and then it turns into a whip knuckle. So it's kind of dorky, but it just kind of keeps me loose, and I think that's the best way I can play is playing loose and staying comfortable on the ice. So it just kind of gets my mind off things when right before the battle starts.
Let's wrap it up with giving you a chance to talk to the Sun Devil fans. It was a big week for Sun Devil Athletics. Your basketball team won a championship in Vegas.
Yep.
Football team wins the Territorial Cup. You guys win your first series. So What can the Sun Devil fans expect from you guys the rest of the way?
Yeah, shout out to the football team, basketball team's obviously tearing it up too. So I think the same thing. We're going to go out against Princeton and play our best hockey, and hopefully come out of here with our first two home wins in a weekend. So it's awesome. Obviously, Sun Devil athletics is going in the right direction. So we're just going to try to keep that up.
Johnny, thank you for your time. I appreciate it as always.
Absolutely, thank you.